Hi everyone, I'm Nico. Welcome to Talk English with Us, the channel where you improve your English naturally while talking about useful real-life topics. Do you know that feeling when someone says something to you and suddenly your entire day is ruined? A negative comment, an unnecessary argument, someone constantly complaining, someone criticizing you, an annoying message that just won't leave your mind. And sometimes the worst part is that the other person probably forgot about the conversation 5 minutes later, while you're still replaying the entire discussion in your head 3 hours later. Today, we're going to talk about something very important: protecting your peace. This doesn't mean moving into a cave, blocking everyone and never speaking to another human being again, although on some days that might sound like a great plan.
What does protect your peace mean? Let's define this in simple English. Protecting your peace means feeling calm and not allowing every problem, opinion, or stressful situation to completely control your emotional state. And here's something important. Protecting your peace doesn't mean having a perfect life. It doesn't mean never feeling sad, angry, or stressed, because that's just not realistic. The goal is not to stop feeling emotions. The goal is to stop letting every emotion control your entire day. You don't have to react to everything. You don't need to respond to every comment, every message, every provocation. Think about it. How many times have you replied to something out of pure habit, not because you actually wanted to? Here's an idea worth remembering. Sometimes the best response is no response. Silence can actually protect your energy more than you'd think. So next time, try asking yourself, is this situation really worth my time and energy? Often, the honest answer is no.
Choose your battles. You cannot win every argument. And honestly, you don't need to prove that you're right all the time. Picture this: two people arguing for 20 minutes about something completely unimportant, like which way to fold a towel. 20 minutes over a towel. Here's the idea to remember. You can be right and still choose peace. Being right doesn't always mean you have to fight for it. Sometimes letting it go is simply the smarter move. Learn to set boundaries. Let's talk about personal boundaries in simple English. Saying no when you need to, not answering every message immediately, leaving a disrespectful conversation, taking some distance from certain situations, protecting your time like it actually matters, because it does. And here's something important. Saying no doesn't automatically make you a bad person. Here are a few useful expressions you can use. Sorry, I can't. I'd rather not talk about that. I don't feel like discussing this right now. I need some time for myself. Simple, polite, and completely valid.
Stop trying to control other people. Let's be honest about something. You can't control what other people think. You can't control what they say. You can't control their choices or their behavior. But here's what you actually can control: your response, your time, your attention, and where you put your energy. You can't control the weather either, but you're probably not going to spend the entire day arguing with the sky because it's raining. Same idea applies to a lot of situations in life. Don't take everything personally. Other people's behavior often says more about them than about you. Here's an example. Someone is in a bad mood and they speak to you in an unfriendly way. That doesn't automatically mean you did something wrong. Maybe they had a terrible day. Maybe they're stressed about something completely unrelated to you. Before immediately thinking, "This must be my fault," try to pause for a moment. Most of the time, it really isn't about you at all. Learn to stay calm. A few practical tips here. Take a breath before responding. Give yourself a few seconds. There's no rush. Go for a walk if you need to clear your head. Don't immediately reply to an angry message. Wait before making an important decision, because a message written at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're tired and angry is not always your best piece of writing. We've all been there, trust me. Taking a pause can prevent a lot of unnecessary problems. Protect your energy. Some situations and some people can constantly drain your energy. Now, I'm not telling you to automatically cut everyone off from your life, but it's important to notice how different interactions actually affect you. Ask yourself a few honest questions. Does this conversation help me or drain me? Can I take a little distance from this situation? Do I really need to be part of this argument? Your answers might surprise you.
Stop overthinking. Let's talk about replaying conversations in your head over and over. Why did I say that? Maybe they meant something else. What if tomorrow? Sometimes your brain becomes a professional movie director and creates an entire dramatic story from one simple message that just says, "Okay." Sound familiar? Here's a simple way to come back to the present moment. Notice what's around you right now. Take a breath and gently remind yourself that most of these thoughts are just noise. Create small moments of peace. Try creating small moments without your phone, without social media, without constant stimulation. Going for a walk, listening to music, reading a few pages of a book, drinking your coffee quietly without scrolling, writing down your thoughts, spending a little time in nature. You don't need to move to the top of a mountain to enjoy a few peaceful minutes. Sometimes 5 quiet minutes at your kitchen table is more than enough.
Protect your peace while learning English. Let's connect this to language learning for a moment. A lot of learners feel pressure to learn quickly, to compare themselves to others, and to try to sound perfect. But here's something important to remember. You don't need to speak perfect English to be proud of your progress. Every learner has their own pace, their own rhythm, their own journey. Comparing yourself to someone else's timeline is just another way of stealing your own peace. So be patient with yourself and learn at your own pace. A simple 7-day peace challenge. Here's a simple challenge to help you practice this. Day 1. Don't immediately react to something that annoys you. Day 2. Say no to something you genuinely don't want to do. Day 3. Take 15 minutes for yourself without your phone. Day 4. Avoid one unnecessary argument. Day 5. Do one calm, quiet activity. Day 6. Stop replaying a situation you can't change and focus on the present instead. Day 7. Think about one situation or relationship where you might need a little more distance. Just notice how you feel throughout the week. You might be surprised by the difference.
Useful English expressions. Let's pick up a few useful expressions along the way. Protect your peace. I'm learning to protect my peace, even in difficult situations. Protect your energy. Sometimes you have to protect your energy from negative people. Stay calm. I'm trying to stay calm even when things get stressful. Take a step back.
It helps to take a step back before reacting. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries with certain people has really helped me. Say no. It's okay to say no, even to people you love. Avoid conflict. I try to avoid conflict whenever it's not really necessary. Choose your battles. You have to choose your battles. You can't fight everything. Take something personally. Try not to take everything personally. It's rarely about you. Let go. Sometimes you just have to let go of something you can't control. Take some distance. I decided to take some distance from that situation. Keep your cool. It's not always easy to keep your cool during an argument. Feel drained. That conversation left me completely drained. Protect your peace of mind. Protecting your peace of mind should always be a priority. Let's bring this all together. You can't control everything that happens in your life, but you can learn to choose what deserves your energy. You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to explain every decision, and you don't have to win every argument. Sometimes protecting your peace simply means deciding that some things are no longer worth your energy. Now tell me, what affects your peace the most? Stress? Other people's opinions? Arguments? Overthinking? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this episode all the way through. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Talk English with us. Take care of yourself and take care of your peace. See you next time.